Hi, welcome back. This is video 2 on lesson plans, and we're going to talk a little bit about why I use lesson plans and what I did with lesson plans. We're back in Blackboard, and this is my Nursing 401 course, which is an assessment course. There's a number of pieces that I wanted to get in as far as content and a number of little assignments. So what I did was I did 3 content areas. Instead of using modules, I decided to use lesson plans. Modules to me were a lot like the content areas, and so it didn't give me any additional functionality as far as getting the students ready or prepared or keeping them organized and on task. And really the lesson plans did that for me. So as I went through week by week, which is how I organized this particular course, I was able to give them some guidelines, and lesson plans worked for this. So this is the student view, and for example, we'll look at week 8, ABG tutorial. The additional benefit of lesson plans that I like is this section here. You can add as many instructions or objectives or your own titles for things that you want in that realm. And I think it does 2 things. It helps the students be reminded without going back to the syllabus of what they need to do week by week, or for each content area if that's how you organize your course. And then I was still able to load the content that I wanted them to complete. For this course, I didn't need to have a set order that they did or looked at resources. So that's another reason I used the lesson plans. Another thought is if you do want to use sequential viewing and you like the modules because it allows for that enforced sequential viewing, then you could still embed a lesson plan within a learning module. So we had a number of other assignments, voice threads, discussions. So it was a way to keep everybody on task and remind them week to week, in addition to these kind of previewed material that they need to look for as prep, because it is a blended course. Then it did have reminders about discussions or quizzes that were due. So it kind of was their base place. And the other thing I did is, because I built the course around these lesson plans most of the time and from week to week, I would open the new folder as the entry page. So as we got to week 11, this would now be their entry page when they opened their course. I think the students really liked this. The other feedback I got from students right from the start was that they felt like this was really well organized, and they liked how much they were able to use tools in Blackboard, and how if they needed to be reminded of something, it was already there. So there were multiple places to look, from the syllabus to the lesson plan, to keep them on task and on target with what they needed to do week to week. Within your lesson plan, you could clearly state your course objectives or the objectives that you're meeting in that assignment. You could do a to-do list, as I did. You could emphasize major points or major concepts that you want them to obtain or gain from this lesson plan. And then, of course, it offers you the additional ability to put in videos and other documents. Like, this is another way to kind of match your objectives to your tasks and your assignments, and then be able to look back at your outcomes and say, did you meet these objectives by completing these assignments? So I think both for faculty and students, it adds a different method of organizing content throughout the course. So in the last video, I'm going to show you how I've successfully used lesson plans in a lecture course in comparison to what I've done in a blended learning or a lab course. Thanks for watching.